Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity, The White March. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today in the rain over here, the Stormwall Gorge. Yeah, it's an interesting map, this one. It's just half of it is, I suppose, water. Not really sure, but it is an interesting map. Now we're going to Dyrford Village, and I think that is a required location for us to go to. Yeah, in order to reach this place over here. So let's go. Dyrford it is. And, I need to look at my quests. That's... Ooh, so pretty! Oh, it's a bit destroyed, though. That temple there is, I think. But it's pretty. Look at that. Is that a tavern? So, through Death's Gate, travel to Dyrford Village. I need to find someone in town who knows about the ruins. Okay, so, excuse me. So this is the main quest here. So the Acolyte's vision show me mysterious... Yeah, that's... okay, so that's the third aspect of the whole thing, and then I need to report back to Lady Webb. So yeah, speaking of other stuff that we must do, I need to review this. I'm gonna do it in between episodes, not right now. We are here in the middle of the night. Not really sure if that's gonna affect much of our... Ooh, this is cool. Let's go here to the Temple of Berath first. Actually, let me learn a little bit about Berath, so I know a little bit more about what we are gonna face. So the god of death, cycles, doorways, mortality, and inevitability. So they didn't really like... Oh, how long have you gotta stand out here? This guy asks. Until we find her. So keep your eyes peeled. Who are you? Nobody? Okay, let me save the game and have a chat. Then we got cowled men and cowled women. Us? We're just minding our own business. Are you really? Are you really? You got a boar? You're a ranger though. We're cooling our heels until Medreth says the job's done. Okay. So these guys didn't really like the whole Wedwen thing. Yeah, since Berath is kind of the god of the cycle of life and death, and Wedwen, or whatever the name of the guy was, he kind of screwed that up somehow. Not really sure if that's how it goes, but we'll see. We'll see. So what do we have here? Harbinger, Beodman, and Selby. Harbinger, is that a title? Huh, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool title for a religion based around the god of death and cycle of life and all that. Flames dance amidst scattered offerings. Key, coins, and the tiny skulls of birds and mice are mired in melted and hardened wax. Okay, so let me have a chat here with the Harbinger. Not before I save the game, though. There we go.
You. I already told you what... I'm sorry. I thought you were one of those ruffians.
Someone has put this priest to the test, but one not nearly difficult enough by my measure. An amateur's work. Shut up, Durance. Don't start a fight here. I think it was the guys outside that he's talking about.
How may I help you?
What happened to you?
I never saw their faces. Strange, hooded men asking about those ruins. Cleoban Relag. Most of the brigands who come through here asking about the ruins are looking for a few ancient trinkets. But these people knew the name, and they were in a hurry.
Cleoban Relag.
They wanted to know where Cleoban Relag was. I tried to keep it from them, but I couldn't hold out forever. I don't know what they were up to, but it can't be good.
They were waiting for somebody, though. That does sound like the Latin key, doesn't it? It does, Aloth. It does. Is there something else I can help you with? So can you tell me where to find the ruins?
The Glanfathan tribe that guards the ruins will kill anyone who trespasses there. And they'll retaliate against us, too, if history is any indication. We've had too many fortune seekers stir up trouble of late. If I'm to tell you, I'll need to know your reason for wanting to go.
Well, I think this guy's a good guy. All things considered, I think he's a good guy. So I'm not really... I mean, lying... I think he's gonna believe me. Yeah. This is an interesting one. A dangerous plot is unfolding here. I've got to stop it.
If that's the case, we may already have trouble headed our way. I'll have to take you at your word. You'll find Cleoban Relag here. Whatever trouble you find there, please end it quietly and try to stay out of the ruins.
Out of the ruins, huh? Okay. I'll do my best, man. I'll do my best. So tell me about Dyrford. Folk here tend to keep to themselves, he says, as they do in most towns this deep in the Dyrwood. They're suspicious of travelers, but with all the brigands and refugees moving through the area, who can blame them? This is the Temple of Berath? What can you tell me about Berath? Berath is the most universal of all gods. It oversees portals and cycles of all kind, even life and death itself. Under Berath, an ending is merely a passage to another beginning. Berath has many representations across time and across cultures. Around the Dyrwood, you'll commonly see it depicted as the Pallid Knight or the Usher. The Glanfathans, however, know it as Bewen e Anq and Anq e Bewen. Die life to death. What? I never heard of what you just said. It means life in death and death in life, respectively. You see them as two skeletal figures, one male and one female. I suppose it might be these ones. Explorers have found them carved opposite to one another in the doorways, but I know of no particular legend that speaks of them. What about the Usher? Kith have written stories, songs, and poems about the Usher for centuries. Sometimes he's folk, sometimes dwarf, and sometimes merely a walking skeleton. He never speaks, but he guides the way to death and the next life. He also creates the circumstances for the wayward to stumble into their own graves. Huh. So tell me about... So he's basically like the... Yeah, like the Grim Reaper. Tell me about the Pallid Knight. She's one of the youngest manifestations of Berath, but a familiar one nonetheless. Stories describe her as a gaunt knight in black armor with black eyes, black hair, and milk-pale skin. She demands an impossible toll from travelers who have tarried too long on her lord's road. Some challenge her only to slay themselves in the process. Okay, that's interesting. Of course, Berath was once more widely worshipped in this area, but it is a silent god. These days, people find themselves in need of clearer answers. Okay, so we got a quest, we got an update through Death's Gate, so we need to travel to Sleaban Rilag, or Cleaban Rilag, I suppose. So, what about Selby over here? Talk to Beotmar. No one trusts me with anything more than lighting the candles. Okay, that guy's an emo. Nothing against emos, but that guy's an emo. Yeah.
No, nobody trusts me, nobody, don't talk to me, I'm sad.
You're sad, man, go ahead and have a drink. Actually, I can say that because I'm a sad drunk. When I get drunk, I get sad. I don't like that. Don't like getting drunk. So you guys, do I need to kill you? I suppose I need to kill you. Let me send you over there and let's see what Edda will do. So can I have a chat here? Medrath. Did I talk to you before? Or maybe they are not the guys that I was talking about? I don't know. An elf idles by the road, watching the village across the river. He nods at you as you approach, and the cowled figure standing near him falls silent. Okay, so he said hello, I think. Greetings, friend. A slow smile forms as he eyes you. I've heard of you. Word has it that you've been busy in Defiance Bay. I'm busy too, and eager to finish my business and get back to the city. Let's say nothing. Strong and silent, huh? Just the kind of person I need to find. What? Just the kind of person I need to find her? Oh, you want... Oh, who exactly? Haven't you heard? There's a murderer on the loose, said to have gone mad with grief and strangled a dozen healthy children when her own was hollowborn. We've come all the way from Defiance Bay to bring us to justice. So she's here? Uh-huh. She's hiding out in the village. We'd go in after her ourselves, but the problem is she knows our faces. There's no telling what she'd do if she saw us coming, and we'd like to avoid any further unnecessary bloodshed. Her name's Nifre. She's an Orlan. We want to get her out of town so that we can deal with her cleanly. She knows we're looking for her, but if someone were to convince her that it's safe to leave, well, I guess I could draw her out. She won't know you. It'll be quite simple. Okay, I have a few questions though. So, what did Nifre do exactly? She was responsible for the murder of all those babies in Defiance Bay, remember? Terrible thing, but it will make her pay, alright?
Hail and well met.
Again? Okay, so I should get back to the search then. Cat and mouse. Apparently, I don't remember though. I don't remember Nifre. But, so she's an oral woman. So this was a new quest, right? I I think so. She's a normal woman. If I find her, he wants me to convince her that it's safe to leave Dyrford. Yeah, yes, it's a new quest. Okay, so these guys have nothing to do with the ones that beat up the Harbinger. Is that the title of the dude? The priest? I think it is. So we got some reeds over here. No, actually, that's, what's it called? Reeds. Yeah, reeds. And over... Ooh, more souls to read. You guys go ahead and read these. I will read them later, not on camera, because they do take quite a while. And I'm sorry if my mouse is in front. There you go. I'm using my scroll. I probably should use this one. Oh, that jumped. Oh, these are big, man. That's what she said. But, yeah, these are big. So, to the north, do we have anything? Let's just take a pick. To the north. Oh, we can't go from here? Alright, I guess. Got some blood things over here, if I remember correctly. No, golden celery. Well, it's fine. Why would... I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know. I'm not even sure I know what celery is, because it's not really a... I know it's a vegetable, or sort of a vegetable, but I'm not sure if it's a grass. Is it a grass celery? It might be. I don't know. I don't think I've ever eaten it. It's not really a food that us Portuguese use very much. A word, traveler. I only require a moment.
How do you do?
Okay, so the guard sighs with relief as he looks at you. What are the odds? Stuck in this backwater only to meet the famed champion of Defiance Bay. Berath's will brings mercy today indeed. Perhaps you could help. I don't suppose you saw a young elf noblewoman on the road. I'm stuck in this wretched place with the rest of my unit until I find her. Really? I haven't seen anyone like that, I don't think. Same as everyone else in this blazing village. Ugh. Perhaps you could speak to with Lord Harrond at the inn anyway. He'll be grateful for the assistance, and it could be the locals will open up to you about his daughter's disappearance more than they have to us. So you're a guard, huh? Okay. How's Harrond? Oh, so you're a guard for the house of the dude. I'll have a chat with him at the inn. Oh, secret treasure. Nice. Let me save the game. And let me. So, nothing really interesting, unfortunately. Let's see what else we have around here. I'm just exploring everything because... Why not? Grieving Mother? Why is that marked like that? Is that a bug? It might be a bug. Got piglets. Hello, little piglet. And that one apparently is not a thing. It's not... I don't think that thing... I think that's just scenario right there. It's not really an entity, I don't think. So we got villagers back here. Have you been to Defiance Bay? I heard there's no Hollowborn here. Nah, that's not true. That lord had bigger problems. The Viz guards keep pushing us around. Really? What? Did the village conspire or something to kidnap the daughter or something? Is this... This might get awkward. Oh, don't go that. Don't do that. Do this one instead. Do this thing. So I want to save the game first. I want you to go into stealth right there. Stealth. Steal that thing. That's some fruit. Fine. And now get back out of stealth. Let's open this thing. And to the south, nothing really. Oh, how the hell do I get to the twins or something? Huh. What? I say something because I don't remember the name. Let's see about this grieving woman. Let's see if everybody can sneak, so it's not a big deal. I got some sponge. Ripple sponge. And there it is, the grieving mother. The woman looks briefly through you as if she doesn't know you're there. What's she doing? I can't talk to her. But I could before. What? Let me save the game just in case. There's something over there. Oh, there it is. This middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a brown leather cloth draped around her knees. Her hands are working at separating stringy, colorless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads off the long, fibrous stems with a paring knife. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables in the small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. Excuse me? The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There's no indication she'd heard you. Okay, let's study her first. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable pots are now missing. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing, like many of the townsfolk you've seen. There is a strange blur to her. Oh, she's a spirit? Even yeah, she has like this sort of mascara or something. She might be a seer, or not a seer, a cipher, or a watcher maybe. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with threads that lack color, in a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she is half-minded or deaf, but half-minded, is that really how you... Okay, whatever, not gonna make fun. But something feels wrong. As you watch, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Let's focus on the woman. I think I'm gonna study her soul. Nope. Her brown hair is long, almost impossibly to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downwards, the hair becomes long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver, the wrapping around her hands. She's forming a soul cradle with her threads, braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black strands of her hair weave together with silver predominantly as a highlight, the black shadowing it. And suddenly, you are calm. You are on a plateau, almost the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath a clear sky, and beneath the plateau, surrounding it in all directions, a forest, hazy with mist. Although whether it is actual mist or distance or a recollection, apparently I don't know that. Resting in the curve of a natural arc above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention, as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. The plateau has soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you feel your body. Your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. I got boobs now? Then you hear a soft series of chimes, like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains color and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, feeling your senses and thoughts, like mist roiling softly in a sealed chamber. And the chime coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You are on, so it's my memory, and not her? Nah, I don't think so. I think it's hers. You are on the stone of the plateau. Yeah, it must be hers. Probably. You are on the stone of the plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground, silver, white, shimmering like Adra? The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists, and your hands. Your hands are in motion. Weaving, not thread, but gathering, tenderly moving along the first movements of Berath's will. Your hands are wet. Your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head turning in your grip, its head sleek, wet from the womb. The hands you are weaving, inhabiting, have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman's labored breathing, crying out. Okay, so she's giving birth, but she's done this many times. Why? And what exactly is she weaving? Is this figurative? Is it really not what she's doing? Or, I don't know, what the hell is she doing? Okay, let's focus on the child, the movements of your hands. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes clear, cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as a comfort. Of that you are certain. Apparently I can draw the child forth. And coaxed by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly, the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the length of a soft wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. Okay, so she's not the woman. You are holding a small child still wet from the womb before you. She's the what's it called? No, it's not godmother. Yeah, the women that the birth mother? No. I don't know the name, but yeah, she's just helping the woman giving birth. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you are viewing a soul from within a soul, but it is there. It is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, her hands reach out for it. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the shams echo the movement, and you realize the shams are hanging from cords of your wrists, and where once they echoed in your memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The shams are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motion of your wrists. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and the experience. The woman laughs with a ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demand of labor have left her exhausted. But the child is here, the child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. Okay, so I can pull back finally. With effort, the scene bleeds of color and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remain. As they existed in the memory, they sound here as well, and they are hanging from women braids on the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of the chimes on her wrists is sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she's nothing like what you first saw. She's wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and run through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. As she lifts her head to face you, you see that her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realize that what you see is not what the world sees, and you are perhaps the first to see her true self. Could it be her true self, or is it now an illusion now that I'm like hypnotized or something? Still, you don't sense a threat in the realization. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she's glad to at least be seen. That was an interesting ride. Who are you?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
There is a light touch on your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch, reaching up to the air between you. You hear the chime on her wrist sound softly. Her hand moves as if pantomiming, resting on your cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. A cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone. And a storm. The storm.
Yeah, the storm at the beginning of the game.
The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
Yeah, I encountered a Buick, yes, and it did something to me. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chime sounding softly once more. The woman stands uncertainly, as if she has been sitting for some time, or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt. Yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It is almost a question. You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her. The image on the plateau, yet the image was so clear, so sharp. You're surprised she didn't feel you there. Yeah, we were looking into her soul. But like these guys, she probably can't perceive that I'm doing that.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
Okay, so what she said before, she didn't know? I am seen, but the eyes of the others do not remember. So no, I asked her who she was. She looked at me. Why is she surprised that I can see her? Well, I don't know. Let's see. A watcher's gift. I have never been able to do that with a living person except with you. Do what? What have I just done with her? Oh, what? No. What have I just done with her? I don't know what I've done. I guess I'll find out. Let's see. Yeah, I was able to enter your dream. Okay. So she's special. Yeah, that's so weird. Was I helping a woman give birth? I was in your head and hers.
So many questions, thoughts whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels or eroding what keeps your true strength buried. The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
There is a silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat, in your thoughts it stretches out between the two of you, like a pull between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and they realize she wants to ask you a question, yet can form the words as if assembling them is painful, where there simply are not enough pieces. Okay, so can I assemble a thought? She wants to travel with me. I now want her with me, that's for sure, because she's like the first character in a long while that I've been really... This writing right here is really fantastic. Yeah, do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly, her expression does not change. Then fear dissipates and you feel strength and certainty, as if the plateau from a memory is light beneath you, and a calm sky looks down upon you. Okay, she's a Cipher. Cipher is really good. The Ciphers are spellcasters, and I told you before, the first time I played this game, I played as a Cipher. We're now a ranger, so yeah, she's a ranger as well. So yeah, we're getting a little bit of everybody. We got a chanter back there. I don't really like the chanter class. And we got let's see, we got a monk, we got a rogue, and we got a druid. So yeah, I think I could let her behind. Maybe for Giladel is really necessary. Maybe for Aloth. But Aloth, come on, I'm kind of... I want a Cipher on my party! Well, I can't have her now. We'll see each other later, though. We'll see each other later. I'm gonna look around, I'm gonna try and figure out if I can bring her along, because she might have some cool insight into what we're about to see. She was very mystical, very... special. But a Cipher is a normal person. Why was she surprised that I could see her? I don't really understand what happened there. But apparently, yeah, I want to know more. I want to know more. But for now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pillars of Eternity, The White March. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for sticking with me through the series. It's now 99 episodes, I think. I'm pretty sure. So the next one is going to be 100 episodes for a single one. I think it is. I might be wrong on the numbers. But anyway, I hope I'll see you next episode, whatever number it is. Bye-bye.